Everyone look at it. Know it now. Know it. See how? Repeat. Repeat. I don't want to hear it.
We're going for 3, sir.
Are you a Patriots fan, Doherty?
I am, sir.
Are you from New England?
No,
Oh. All right. How's everyone doing? Sure. I want to show you a living, walking proof of health and wellness right now. All right, this guy. All right, my mental pillar is through the roof right now. All right, well, I'll talk about the pillars. You're like, pillar. Flying high, because I'm about to be 30,000 feet going to Washington State on leave. I haven't taken leave in a long time, and I'll be talking about that too in this health and wellness briefing. All right, so what I'm going to talk about, 4 pillars of wellness. For those of you brand new to this semester, who's heard of the 4 pillars of wellness? Kind of like the Air Force. I said brand new this semester. So I'm like thinking about 6 of you. No? Okay. Good. All right. We'll talk about it, and then some thoughts. So something to think about and kind of take forward. All right. So here's your 4 pillars of wellness. All right. Going back to a little bit Greek architecture. You got mental, physical, social, and spiritual. Those are your 4 pillars of health and wellness. Okay. The goal. Balance out your wellness and resiliency. If you have strong foundation, good support up here. The goal is life balance. Okay, that's what you want to accomplish. You don't want to be stressed out all the time like I am, running around like a chicken with my head cut off. That's how I am. Oh, lost that 3 cups of coffee. So, all right. That's part of my spiritual pillar. Okay. So we're going to talk about each one, and then we're going to kind of maybe have some discussion too. Mental. Part of this pillar is your optimism and your self-esteem. Okay, how do you view you mentally? So mentality. Are you a glasses half empty or a glasses half full kind of guy or gal? All right. Who thinks they know what I am? Just take a guess. I'm a half full. That thing is 3/4 full. All right. I'm so super positive. All right. There's no half. No, might well be full. All right. Your ability to cope. All right. It's called resiliency. That's the Air Force. That's one of the Air Force's favorite words is resiliency. What you're gonna have to do, you're gonna hear it all the time. Resiliency training, that kind of thing. How able are you? Once you meet, adversity or something bad happens in your life, or you feel like something bad happening to you, how can you bounce back? All right. What's your mental state like that? Man, this is it. I can't. Like that's the straw that broke the camel's back kind of mentality. No. Or are you able to? No, that's not going to affect me. Keep on charging. Okay. Your self-esteem. Anybody know who the SNL? You know what SNL is? SNL, Saturday Night Live. All right, back in the late '80s, there was a character, Stuart Smalley. You look in the mirror and go, "You're good enough. You're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you." All right, he has solid self-esteem. All right, he's making fun of those guys, but hey, I love me. All right, I have high self-esteem. All right, you have to, or you're always going to be negative. Mopey face. I don't want to get out of my face, mopey face. You're bringing my high down. All right. I don't want those people around. I want like-minded people, happy people. High self-esteem. What's your self-esteem like? Emotional stability. Are you crying at the drop of a hat? Because everything just seems to be so difficult all the time. That shows me, how your ability to cope with, if I give you constructive criticism, which you see as picking on me, and you start crying. I had a girl crying at field training nonstop every time I told her that she was late. Said, you're getting marked down in adversity. In the what's the column in FDPR? It's like reaction to adverse conditions or something like that. It's like you don't react well to it. She had a weak mental stability. And I saw a guy crying too after paintball. He felt like he was getting picked on. Like, oh man, it's just like we're not all out to get you. I promise. You gotta have that emotional stability as well, and your personal appreciation. That goes back to self-esteem. But a strong. How are you mentally? Honestly, it also reflects in your work too. Because if you're not mentally hydrated, you're gonna go hydrated and dehydrated. If you're mentally dehydrated, that's how I'm gonna put it. It's a good term. Coin it. Mentally dehydrated. Take note. Indeed. If you're personally mentally dehydrated, it shows in your work. It shows in your attitude sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. My work, my quality of work, I've been meeting suspenses, but 5 minutes to spare. All right, because I am scatterbrained right now. I've been McMahon's, in charge of all of your guys' training, home, commitment, family, a wife, 2 kids, toddlers for that matter, masters, like, you know, it's mentally draining. So if I didn't have that half full, 3/4 full, you know, attitude, you know, you would be able to tell. But it's showing in my work, not so much my attitude, but my work. The boss can tell, and that's bad. Okay, so that's mental. All right, and then we go to physical, your nutrition and your exercise. In the Air Force, they all expect you to have an outstanding physical pillar. Okay, there's no excuse really to have an unsat physical pillar. So define meeting physical fitness standards. All right, now what's meeting physical fitness standards? What's the minimum score you can get? 75. So somebody, you know, could say, well, physical pillar's fine, I'm meeting physical fitness standards. You know, but what's the core values? Excellence in all we do, right? So you want to strive to get excellent. You know, so you only take it once a year instead of twice a year. That's the goal for a lot of people. Then you got balanced diet. You exercise regularly. You portray professionalism. You carry yourself a certain way. You feel good and you look good. You know, that's good. You have that confidence going. Well, that's the mental now. They're all tangled together. You know, somebody that, you know, falling out of their uniform, you know, because they're you know, a little larger than they should be, you know, but because they're not taking the time, they don't have the self-awareness to notice there's a problem and try to make time, but they could be mentally drained. Like, I'm focused on work so much. Like, there's been like 2 months, there'd be a 2-month span that I didn't work out because I'd be here every day, you know, from like 6:45 to 7 or something like that. Just you make priorities and stuff like that. But you have to make a priority to take care of yourself physically, because then you can break down mentally, because everything's just kind of falling apart around you. All right. Any questions on physical? This definitely needs to be a big part of your pillar, especially in the military. You got to take care of yourselves, because you know you're expected to deploy and be able to take care of the folks around you. All right. Moving on. Social. All right. You're all good at social, right? Everyone should be awesome at social when you're in college. Your relationships, your support. Okay, so what kind of relationships do you have? You know, you may not be close with your family, that's fine, but maybe you have other family that they're, you know, close friends that become family. See, friends, coworkers. Right? You know, you gotta have positive relationships at work, because you don't want to come to work and go, oh, I don't want to work with that person again, another day, another moment. It's miserable, right? You guys can, you know, there's somebody in your flight, like, guys, listen to this guy talk one more time. This guy already got to talk one more time. You know, but you have to have this strong relationship with your people. They're struggling just like you are, so bring them in. Have a strong relationship with your flight mates. You have a sense of belonging, right? If you don't feel like you belong in any kind of inner circle, or you're a loner, you know, you may have a weak social pillar, but you may be an introvert and you don't want anybody around you. So good for you. But you know, you still need some kind of, you know, people contact, not through, you know, social media or, you know, Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. WoW, World of Warcraft. What's popular right now? What?
Elder Scrolls Online.
Outer Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls.
Skyrim. All right. You can all belong together. Okay. Social and group activities. Yes, I'm gonna make a statement right now. If you're social because you have 500 friends on Facebook, get out. All right. Go meet people. Interact with people. Like, chat online all the time. Come on. Skype doesn't count. Go. You know, you want to see the people. You want to see their reaction. You know. You want to. You know. High five. It feels good to get a high five. It gives me goosebumps. It's a good one. It's like, boom. Like that backwards one. It's awesome. Socially acceptable. And your community involvement. Maybe if you're an introvert, get back to somebody. You know, just go and work. You know, do some kind of community service or something like that, which only takes like one person to do. Do your own thing. That's fine, but you got to have that social pillar, because if you don't feel like you can go to anybody, you're not going to be able to talk to anybody and vent. All right. If I didn't have my wife, man, I'd be crazy, because I just keep everything to myself. I go home and like, you won't believe the crap this cadet did, this cadet did, this cadet did. You know, this person, army. I'm all over the place. You know, I got to talk to somebody. So find a friend, talk to them, and you have that social pillar locked down. All right. Final pillar, your spiritual. All right. Your purpose. What's your purpose? Do you have hope? So you need to have a certain sense of purpose and meaning. All right. You are here for a reason. Don't think that you're not. All right. This will stem to another briefing that I'll probably give later this semester. You know, suicide awareness. You know, we're all important. All right. So don't think that, you know, oh, my scores aren't good enough. I'm not doing well enough in the program. I'm not doing well enough in school. My mom and dad are disappointed in me. Get that noise out of your head. All right. You're all here for a reason. There's something you need to do. Hope is when everything is against you, so you have hope. Like, don't worry, I'm going to bounce back. Go back to the resiliency. Okay? Faith. You know, if you're a religious person, that you have that spiritual pillar. You know what who you can go to, who you can talk to. Scripture, whatever you want to go to. It doesn't have to be religious based though. Okay? I think I make this joke every semester. I'm very faithful in my Seahawks. All right? You know, they bring me spiritual, good feelings. It doesn't have to be religion based. It could be anything you want. You know, people make false idols all the time. But it's, find something that you can claim as your own, and that's what gives people like poetry. Music. I'm very spiritual with my music. I love music and calm me down. Some Johnny Cash, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, we got Johnny Cash. Who's that? Does anybody not know who Johnny Cash is? Go ahead. I'm not gonna pick on you, but no Johnny Cash. Well, I'm gonna give you guys a music 101 lesson maybe someday. Here's who you need to listen to so you can be cool like me. All right. See, my mental self-esteem is high. All right. So just find something that you can claim to be your own. Find hope in it. Build from that. All right. This is what happens. Say you have isolation. There's accidents. You have despair. You're in pain. Maybe daughter. Something's happened with that. You have depression. There's stress. I'm keen on stress. But some people perform well under stress, right? They need that stress so they can actually produce a quality product. Like I'm procrastinator's president. We're having our meeting tomorrow, maybe. Ever seen that picture? Procrastinators Unite tomorrow. I have good fortune. All right. Somehow, magically, I wait till the last minute and I still get it done, and it doesn't bite me in the butt. It's gonna happen someday. I'm just waiting for it to happen. Or you had an addiction. Or you feel helpless. All right. All these. It's just life. This is life right here. It's life. You're gonna have stress. You're gonna have a tight money situation. You're gonna crash your car or something like that. You're gonna, like my car. That's why I'm driving the red truck right now. My white car. I'm gonna say something else. It's breaking down constantly. I haven't put more money in it than I paid for it. It's stressful, right? So trying to travel home, kids' birthdays, that kind of stuff. It gets to you. But you got to have, if you have balance in your 4 pillars, you're going to be fine because you can come out of it. You have strong mental, health. You have self-esteem. You're staying positive about it. Go work out. Go run. That's what people do. They like to go run when they're stressed. Just like put the earphone, put the earbuds in, and just not listen to anybody. Or lifting weights. A couple POC. I call this the health and swellness briefing. I don't swell. Social. Go out. Go, who's 21? Go get a beer with a buddy, who's not 21. Drink some milk, let's put a milkshake, friends, Go get some smoothies, go to Jamba Juice, all right? Physical one too, right? So you can combine pillars, all right? Join a church softball league, there you go, physical and spiritual. So you don't have to focus on each one, you can combine, more efficient. All right. See, that's what happens. Your wellness and resiliency are all off balance, and then your life balance, you got to crash. All right, it's gonna show in certain ways. Like I'll come talk to you. Like you seem out of sorts. Like you've had to come, update a lot of forms lately. Your GPA is falling. You're not as chipper as you once were. What's up? And then I start digging, and I'll pull it out. Like, well, how's your spiritual pillar? How's your mental pillar? How's your health, physical pillar? I'll start dropping that lingo, and you're like, oh, I get this. You got to focus, work on that kind of stuff. Because Air Force doesn't want out of sorts people. We want you to be well taken care of so you can focus. I'll get to this in a second, but here's some things to think about while you work on your pillars. Okay, have a wingman. That's going to help your social, and he'll help with your mental because you can talk to that person. But you can be someone, he or she can be someone you can hang out with. Build those strong bonds. Always try to stay balanced. Don't let anything get out of sorts, all right? Some people will always have, the mental pillar will always be like a little bit off balance because they're so worked up on stress kind of thing. It happens. Help those who seem unbalanced. You see somebody, out of sorts, approach them, all right? Intervene. Say, hey, you're my wingman. I'm concerned about you. What's going on? I want to see you, be okay. I've had plenty of people come to my office like, I think something's up with this person, and that tells me that all my people aren't okay, which I don't like, and then tells me that this person is concerned about, and I take that seriously. Backup plans. Don't stay down and get back up. It's not the worst it's going to be. All right. Probably will get worse, but it's always going to get better too. I think I said this last semester. That song. I tried to sing it for you guys, but you didn't know it. It's gonna get better, better. You guys need to listen to some music. Okay. So real quick though, and here's what I'm gonna try to tie it back to the Air Force core values real quick. Which one of the core values could get you possibly off balance? Service before self. Okay? Because some people will take it very serious. All right? I feel like my wife has said this to me too. Like, of all the core values, I was like, burn, not excellence, but okay, whatever. Service before self. Because I always put this before other stuff. All right? There's been times where I put it before my family. There's been times where I put it before myself. That I always put before myself because that's what's expected of us, right? But it's gotten to the point where, my pillars are all, out of sorts. My physical fitness went down for a while just because, luckily, coffee and stress is a great diet. It's going to keep me, level. But, I'm not in great physical condition because I'm tired. I've been working my butt off since I became OFC. There's a lot of stuff, minimal manning, going down. People gone all the summer, retiring, 2 NCOs, PCSing, or deployed. It's just, there's a lot of stuff to do, all right? And then still trying to keep a family alive, and then also giving my wife time because she needs time with me, and my kids, and masters. There's so much stuff going on. So you can see why you can get a little stressed out. Okay, so my 100s last semester, how many days of leave do you get a year? 30, all right? You get 2.5 a day, right? There's this program called Use or Lose, okay? If you don't use a certain amount of leave before the end of the fiscal year, they take it away from you, and they'll put you back down at 60, all right? So if you have 90 days of leave, you better take 30 days before you lose it, because you just lost out on the whole year's of leave. That's essentially what happened. My current balance is 82.5. That's my current balance of leave. So according to the Air Force, I haven't taken leave in over, what? 3 years? Is that 3 years? Yeah. That's not true. I've taken leave. I take one day here, 1 day there, but for every day you take, you gain 2.5 in a sense, every month. So I'm at 79.5 days. I'm only going to burn 7 on this trip. So I still have a whole bunch of leave to take before Use or Lose kicks in. So I'm going to try to be gone a lot this semester. There's no inspection going on anymore. Everything seems to be in control. We have a semester with, Sergeant Mitchell has a semester under her belt now. She feels comfortable, being by themselves, right? So service, I feel like service before self is my strength and my weakness. Kind of like the Michael Scott moment. Like my greatest weaknesses are my greatest strengths, or something, whatever that he says. That's off. But you gotta try to balance it. But there's also some people that are like, well, I gotta take care of myself. I'm gonna take leave all the time. And it's like leaves the people that aren't like that. I'm gonna say not selfish. Because you gotta balance it. That's the goal, is to balance. Does that make sense?
Yes,
all right. Take leave when you can. When it's the commander, they typically don't deny it unless it's like mission essential. They can't deny it, okay? Unless it's for a good reason. So take it. Do what you can. Have fun. Build it up, but take it. All right. Any questions about your health and wellness? Everyone's going to walk out and find a buddy. Work out with that buddy. Let's see that. How many things can you do at once? Find a wingman. So there's your social. Go work out. There's your physical. Talk about your feelings for your mental, and then go to church together afterwards. Okay. It's really, really successful day. All right. No, wake up, set a goal, meet that goal. You're happy. Okay. Health and wellness. Health and wellness if you're a lifter. All right. Maybe we'll get this briefing again. I don't know if I'm going to be as money as I was this time, but we'll see. All right. Any questions? No? Good? Outstanding.